It's Bina, and we finally got patch 1.3.3 for Last Epoch. We're gonna go over the patch notes right now. They just released, so as I am reading these for the first time with you guys. So if I'm just gonna read through all of them. If you want to put this on while you are doing something else, just have someone read the patch notes to you. Feel free to do so. But I'm gonna also share my thoughts on the most important lines of text in this patch. Let's go ahead. Bug fixes. And there are a lot of bugs, so let's hope that we get the good ones. Sentinel, Abyssal Echoes. Fix an issue where the node Abyssal Dispersion only granted 12% mana efficiency per point instead of the listed 20%. Judgment. Fix an issue where having the Symbols of Sacrifice node allocated would cause any symbols, any active symbol, to be consumed when viewing the tooltip for Judgment. Judgment. Fix an issue where the Symbols of Sacrifice node would only provide additional damage as if it had consumed one symbol, regardless of the number actually consumed. Shield Bash. Fix an issue which caused Splintering Blow node on Shield Bash to remove your block chance for the base duration of Shield Bash's cooldown, only without taking into account the cooldown recovery from Shield Bash stunning enemies. Okay. Vengeance. Fix an issue causing the Blade Paladin node to not apply to ignites inflicted by Iron Blades when Vengeance is converted to fire via the Flaming Sword node. Okay, so Vengeance buff. Rogue, Aerial Assault. Fix an issue where the Falcon using Featherstorm would sometimes end Featherstorm early in order to perform its auto attack. Okay. Aerial Assault. Fix an issue where sometimes after using Featherstorm, a second Falcon would appear and auto attack enemies while the Featherstorm was still active. Mage. Fix an issue where Mage Reactive Barrier displayed an incorrect remaining cooldown on its buff if you had any points allocated in Silver Rune. This was only a visual issue. Primalist, Summon Bear. Fix an issue where the Divining Totem node of Earthquake would not be applied to the aftershocks of an earthquake created by the Summon Bear via the Ground Shaking Might node. Summon Bear again. Fix an issue where the Snow Crash node of Earthquake would not be applied to the aftershock of an earthquake created by the Summon Bear via the Ground Shaking Might node. Summon Raptor. Fix an issue which caused the cornered node to only apply to hit damage of basic attack and jump attack. It now applies to all skills, sub-skills, and ailments. Okay, so Dread is going to be pretty happy with this one. Summon Wolf. Fix an issue where summon wolves that can exceed the companion limit, such as with the permanent bond node, would be unsummoned in cases where the maximum number of wolves were already summoned and then resummoned, such as when allocating or deallocating skill points or transitioning to a new scene. I really hope that this node is fixed because it's the third time they tried to fix it now. Surely this is fixed, right? Tornado. Aspect of the Storm now displays a buff icon while active. Nice, nice, nice. Aura of Decay. Acolyte. Fix an issue where health regeneration provided by the Respite node would be periodically applied to the player while Aura of Decay was active. Death Seal. Fix an issue where the blood converted to Death Wave can be procced by Death Seal wasn't playing audio. Flay. Fix an issue where Flay could leave the player stuck inside inaccessible areas or object. Flay. Fix an issue where Macabre Dance cooldowns reduction would only trigger 3 times per cast, regardless of points allocated. Flay. Fix an issue where Macabre Dance cooldown reduction would not trigger for the first Reap cooldown on entering Reaper form if it had triggered its maximum number of times on a previously used Reap. Flay again. Fix an issue where Macabre's Dance cooldown reduction would not trigger for the first Reaper form after leaving Reaper form if it had triggered its maximum number of times for a previously used Reaper form. On the Lich passive tree, fix an issue where Lich Soul's Barrier was not granting ward. Reaper form. Fix an issue where Reaper form Evade Sound was not playing. Now for items, fix an issue which caused Pebbles 2-piece set bonus to not function. Pebbles, which one is this again? Evolution's End. Fix an issue where the Rift Beast minion would block player movement in offline mode. Does this not happen in online either? Campaign. Adjusted the placement of the dialogue interaction with the Farsight turtle in the garden to make it easier to click using a controller. Fix an issue with an invisible wall for WASD and controller in the old road. Fix an issue where the boss fight cinematic in the Observer's prison would not sync up properly between party members. Fix an issue where items in loot ground labels would stick around in the sky chains and the temple in the sky, despite not being able to be reached. Fix the boss music transition for the Xeric boss fight event. Fixed an issue where the looping injured Sphinx audio in the Mountain Ascent and the Silent Coast was missing. Mono. Fixed a memory leak in the Monolith of Fate. Fixed an issue in the Serpentine Desert Echo where pillars would block the camera. Fixed an issue where in the Rampant Coast, Woven Echo would sometimes drop the same loot multiple times in offline mode. Dungeon. Fixed an issue where the minimap would not populate in certain areas of Temporal Sanctum. Random encounters. Fixed an issue where a specific wall in cemeteries could be walked through. Fixed stash icons not being visible in tombs or cemeteries. Factions. Fixed an issue where respecting nodes in the Weaver tree could cause a client crash. Fixed an issue where the dark woven threads nodes in the Weaver tree was not correctly increasing incubated silk chance. Okay. Enemies. The Swarming Chirian and Bright Swarming Chirian might be small in stature, but now have hitboxes more in line with their larger kin. They are now properly damaged by players' skills, such as Hammer Throw. Fix an issue where the visual effects for Bright Blade Palaris attack would occur after the attack went off. Re-implemented some missing skill and Foley sounds for Lagon. The Rift Beast now leashes back to his original position if the player moves too far away from it. This should stop the Rift Beast from following Scarvin back to the spawn point in order to ambush a recently re-entered player who previously fell in battle against it. Skalnir mercenaries no longer turn into snow globes when frozen. Temple Guardians no longer balloon to an unreasonable size when slain. UI, fix a memory leak in the dialogue system. Fix an issue where twice as many labels appeared in some scenes. Fix an issue where the Lich passage was difficult to navigate with a controller. Fix loot filter interaction with checking legend potential or Weaver's Will for unique idols. Fix an issue causing move-in input to cancel ability usage much earlier than intended when playing in offline mode. Okay, so this was the big bug in offline mode where if you were moving with your mouse and then right-clicking, for example, Lightning Blast or any other ability, you would like cast twice as fast. Hopefully this is completely fixed. That was just in offline mode. Quality of life and other changes. Performance. Made changes to item containers like stash and inventory to better optimize their impact on performance. Hopefully this makes it so that the stash performance bug, which made it lag every single time that you use it, is gone. We're gonna have to see about this. Item affix and enemy balance. The Observer has had its health considerably increase and now deals more damage. So the last boss of Act 10. Visual and sound changes. The Ruptured Corpse node for Bone Curse now plays a new dedicated sound when enemies explode. The Blood Splatter skill that procs from Carrion of Creation now has unique audio. Slightly turned down Soul Feast cast sound. Enemies and NPCs. Lagon now giggles when he's defeated in the main campaign. The UI sound effect for the sort button in the player inventory has been re-implemented. So the main thing that I see about this patch is that offline mode double cast speed is now gone, and that we do not have a fix for movement abilities canceling, like not being reliable to use. So the traversal skills that damage enemies are not reliable. Stuff like Glacier, stuff like Smite. Hopefully this was fixed somehow, and it's just not noted in the patch notes. But yeah, so this is not like a crazy patch notes to me. Not a crazy patch to me. I do think that this will be the last patch that we will see for that like the last big patch of fixes that we see for this season until season 4 is released probably around Christmas. So yeah, hopefully some of these fixes are changed that are not stated in here. The loot filter interaction, there are still some bugs with the loot filter. If you're selecting like filtering for specific roles on uniques, for example, where it starts hiding the item entirely. So I'm quite worried about this one. But yeah, overall, like it seems like Acolyte has had a lot of fixes. The summon wolf fix is pretty big. Hopefully that is actually fixed, and the raptor fix as well, which is going to please Dread, for example. But yeah, we'll see about that. We'll check it out in game, and hopefully more things are fixed than are stated in this patch. That pretty much covers the patch, guys. 1.3.3. Hope you guys are enjoying this season. I just started playing my Blade Dancer Shadow Cascade build. It's really a ton of fun. Going low life and hardcore is much better than actually anticipated. I will probably build a lot more into tankiness, but the body armor, the primordial body armor that enables you to go low life seems pretty busted. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you learned something. I'll see you guys all in the next one.